So we got this raggedy chick who called CPS on her ex-boyfriend because he was a cheater. Not because he was a bad father, he was doing something to the kids, right? Just because she didn't like the relationship that they had. You understand what I'm saying?
I called like child services on this one. I called child services on my ex because he pissed me off. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done with this person, whatever, like, cheater, piece of shit, liesable, dumb. He had kids. I called child services on his and I like fabricated everything and like said certain things, and they like went to the door, and like there was a whole process. Like, I don't even know if the children's aid worker still visits them, but she probably does, because what I said, like the way I AI'd that, like real AI, like fake bruises type shit.
Yeah, the fact that she just laughing this off, like with, I don't know how long ago this was, but just show you how type of chick, like, no regard for how this could have broke up the family. Kids could have went into foster care. You know how foster care can go. You know what I'm saying? No regard for none of that. Just think it's funny.
Careful, fellas.
Yeah, be crazy.
So you fake bruises, you fake, and then you just made like an exaggeration story, and then
on their on his kids.
Yeah.
Like, so like, yeah, bad, because I was like, I felt so bad about. They came and they were like, oh, like, we're seeing stuff that your kids are being abused. You could lose your kids. And I was just like, that sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, should have been nicer to me.
So, fellas, I'm just saying, this what happens when I know she look good. At least she do with the full Halloween costume on, with the makeup and the wig and all of that. It'd probably be a different story as soon as she take all that off. But I'm just saying, we never catch them without it, though, women like this. So she looking straight with it. Now we gotta go with that, I guess. But this what happens when we think with our nuts instead of our head. Like, you know that if she's willing to do this to her ex, that she was mad, she got lied and cheated on. So imagine if you in a relationship with her. Or you just kicking her, or you just smash, you just like, oh, I don't really want to marry her or nothing like that, but I'll smash though. How easy is it for her to call the police and be like, oh, he hit me and he beat me, turn the waterworks on you, right? We saw the boxer just go through it like about a year ago or something like that, where his girl called the police on him, all of that. And they're going to believe her first. So just kicking it with this type of chick is dangerous. But not only that, she is dangerous to the point to where she don't even care about the kids in a position that she could put them in, as far as if she succeeded breaking up this family or not. The kids can go into foster care. All the weird stuff that can go on in foster care. Kids getting abused and touched on and this, that, and other. You would, because you got lied to and cheated on, you would put those kids in that position to have to possibly deal with something like that for the rest of their lives? And take them away from a good father? Like I said, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, fellas, we really got to be careful on how we keep hitting chicks because of their looks, man. Because we'll look at this chick and be like, oh, yeah, I'll smash for sure. You ain't got to take it serious. You ain't got to get in no marriage with her for her to put you through this. Just y'all kicking it and her being around you enough is enough for her to fake bruise herself and turn the waterworks on and all of that, and then have you in some type of precarious situation. And it's just, I don't understand these type of women. And then there's no consequences. She feel bold enough that she could get on to the podcast and just say this to the world. I don't know how long ago this was or whatever, but she can blatantly admit, this ain't like the Carly Russell situation. And this is what I was saying with Carly Russell, where at least in that situation, she didn't attach the kidnapping to a man, right? A specific person that she could name. She just made up some people, blah, blah, blah. But I said in that video, it's a lot of women who take the other route and they attach fake stuff to real people, fake charges to real people. And this is the perfect chance to describe what I'm talking about right here. Because she felt it was necessary because she got lied and cheated on, to then make up this story and disassemble this man's life, or make an attempt to disassemble his life and his children's life. and there's no repercussions for it. The people are not going to pull up on her. And even when in the Carly Russell situation, they were kind of angry because they deployed all of these rescues and people hunting and searching and helicopters and all of this, and they could only charge her with like a few charges that were pretty much slaps on the wrist. And women do this all the time with paternity fraud. They do this in domestic, violence cases where they just say whatever, lie on you, and then you stuck with that jacket for the rest of your life. Or if you finally do get out from under the charges that she put you under, and it comes out she didn't, you know what I'm saying? When they get to lying and talking too much on podcast, it still doesn't matter. It still doesn't matter. Y'all go arrest these rappers, right? For talking greasy, telling on themselves. They get on Instagram, tell on themselves. They get on podcasts, tell on themselves. They get on the music, tell on themselves. Which is stupid as well, right? You doing crime, you told on yourself, okay, you got to deal with that. But why is it that the women don't have to deal with this as well? Why would they do stuff like this, paternity fraud and domestic violence charges and stuff like trying to get CPS involved to separate a man from his kids? Why is there no repercussions then? Why is she not held accountable and cuffed for the lies that she told? You know what I'm saying? For the attempt of trying to break up people's lives. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. The double standard that is held for men and women, it's there, and we deal with it. But I'm just saying, like, y'all gotta admit, it's kind of one of the last videos I did. A woman, I think she was in her 20s or something like that, or maybe 20 years old. She had sex with a 13-year-old young man, and 13-year-old boy, and got pregnant with his baby, had his baby, and then when he came of age, I don't believe she went to jail. I believe she went to jail for maybe a few days. I don't know, barely, if she did, 30 days or something. I don't know. It was something stupid like that, right? But then when she got out, but then when the 13-year-old came of age and got 18 years and older, she was allowed to hit him with child support. And you just see, it's like a perfect example of how the system works. Like another woman with a football player cried Cape after they had consensual sex. He was jailed, lost his shot at a football career, NFL football career, college football career. She made millions. She sued the school where it took place. She wrote a book about it, right? Then it all came out to be false. She admitted that it was false. And then after that, any jail time for her? Not at all. Not at all. So I'm just saying, when are we going to start holding women like this accountable? Because you're going far from, and it's the stupid stuff that Glorilla is hyping all these young goofy chicks up to believe. Oh, be toxic in your 20s. You can only do this once. When are we going to start having some repercussions for women trying to be toxic like this? I hate even using that word, toxic 20, but Glorilla used it, so whatever. But when are we going to hold women accountable for doing stuff like this frivolously? And put them handcuffs just like y'all would do if it was us. Because if it was the fellas doing it, if this was a man trying to separate a woman, lying on a woman to separate her from her kids as much as a badge of honor is y'all hang on the hat of being a single mother. If this was a man that blatantly lied about trying to break y'all up with that, man, y'all would lose your minds. He definitely would be answering for it. And I'm gonna leave it there, man. It's your boy P Camp. You let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.